The word Kakistocracy is in sort of a revival, regaining popularity as more and more people come to realize that the government is a matrix of evil people run by the worst criminals available to the 666 gang. The worst of the worst are in power. Kushner Inc. is a fine example. You have the sweatshop Princess Ivanka and a 38-year-old slumlord. No qualifications to running an empire, yet there they are. So many people are searching, looking for the truth in words like MAGA. Morons are governing America. Where does this social illness come from? Where Americans are depressed with the people who are governing over them. How did America get sick? I think that mainstream media helped spread the sickness. Proof of that is when people stop watching the so-called news from the fake networks and CNN and Fox News. When people stop watching this, they feel 100% better. So part of the cure of this social illness in America is to stop watching the so-called news outlet. The first step in being free from these criminals in positions of power, aka Kakistocracy. But let's go ahead and dig a little deeper. America was not always a Kakistocracy. We can all agree that George Washington and Thomas Jefferson were not dumb individuals. They were geniuses. They were our founding fathers. So once the American Republic died and the Constitution was stepped on, then crony capitalism started to kill most of the small businesses out there. All the dreams of normal Americans like you and I to start a small businesses, all done, killed out by the corporations. We call that crony capitalism. These corporate criminals hid behind corporations that stole billions and billions, if not trillions of dollars. And no humans were held responsible. In this environment, the people struggled to figure out what kind of criminal hierarchy are they living in. The people struggled to figure out the virus. And the children like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, they rightly acknowledge something is wrong with this system. So they say capitalism is bad. But lacking in world experience or being manipulated by the 666 gang, they don't realize it is corporate, crony capitalism that is evil. So these children, like I said, they're lacking world experience. They don't even know what true capitalism is because they've never even lived in it. For many, many decades now, the banks in cahoots with the 666 gang and the government, they have taken over almost the world with this corporate crony capitalism. And because they are in 100% control of the evil matrix, and because of this, the people are reaching, the people are digging, they're searching for the truth. And the 666 gang goes to great lengths to hide the truth. And to hide the truth, you need to put the worst of the worst. You need to put criminals in positions of power to hide this crony capitalism. So people look, like I said, they're looking, they're searching. They go back to a word that was invented in the early 17th century. Yes, Kakistocracy. That's when the word was first used, back in the 17th century. And then you had people like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, and they created the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and that word sort of was retired. That word was put to bed. But again, proof that the nightmare that we are living in just keeps cycling in cycles. The proof that we live in cycles is now these criminals are back in charge. We have no George Washingtons out there. We have no Thomas Jeffersons. And now the criminals are back in charge. And that's why you see words like Kakistocracy coming back into fashion. If you would like to hear the rest of this conversation, we will dig into this conversation a little deeper on one of my other channels. The channel is called Recca, the Ruins of America. And we will dig deeper